Will lead the prayer? Anyone from the class? Okay. So good morning, class. You may take your seat. So before anything else, let me check your attendance first. So very good, because there are only 2 students who are absent from there are only 2 students who are absent today. So our topic for today is trigonometry, the reference angle. But before we proceed to our discussion, let us have first read our objectives for today. So at the end of the lesson, the students are expected to first is define the reference angle and determine the relationship of reference angle and quadrant, and express functions of an acute angle or calculate the reference angle. So, what is reference angle, class? Anyone? Okay, so reference angle, let's just read this one. So reference angle is generally an acute angle enclosed between the terminal arm and the x-axis. It is always positive and less than or equal to 90 degrees. And also reference angle is the smallest possible angle made by the terminal side of the given angle with the x-axis. So here are the reference angle formulas depending on the quadrant of the given angle. So for quadrant 1, angles that lies between 0 degrees and 90 degrees. So reference angle formula in degrees is the reference angle is equals to the angle in quadrant 1. And in quadrant 1, all functions are positive. So let us remember that those functions are the 6 trigonometric functions, that is the sine, cosine, tangent, cosecant, secant, and cotangent. So that is for quadrant 1. For quadrant 2, that are angles that lies between 90 degrees and 180 degrees. So reference angle formula in degrees. So in reference angle is equal to 180 degrees minus the angle. And in quadrant 2, all only the sine and the cosine reference angle, only the sine and the cosecant are positive. So that is for quadrant 2. For quadrant 3, that is angles that lies between 180 degrees and 270 degrees. So reference angle formula in degrees, that is angle minus 180 degrees. And in quadrant 3, only the tangent and the cotangent reference angle are positive. Okay, so in quadrant 4, that is angles that lies between 270 degrees and 360 degrees. So the reference angle formula in degrees, that is reference angle is equal to 360 degrees minus the angle. So in quadrant 4, only the cosine and the secant reference angles are positive. So let's have an example for quadrant 1. So find the reference angle of sine 70. So the answer is 70 degrees, because the reference angle is equals to the angle that is given. So that is 70 or sine 70 degrees. So who wants to solve for cosine 50 degrees? Okay, yes. Yes, that is 50 degrees. So therefore the reference angle is 50 degrees. That is for quadrant 1. Okay, so let's go to quadrant 2. Cosecant 110 degrees. So who can solve for the reference angle? Okay, so that is cosecant 70 degrees. That is for quadrant 2. So remember that only the sine and the cosecant are positive in quadrant 2. So since that is cosecant 70, so that is positive. How about the cosine 150 degrees? Okay, so you please. Yes, that is right. That is negative cosine 30 degrees. Why is it negative? Okay, it is cosine, and and the positive are only sine and the cosecant. Okay, so simple lang siya, no? So how about quadrant 3? For quadrant 3, so who can solve tangent 200 degrees? Okay, so remember that in quadrant 3, it is reference angle is equal to angle minus 180 degrees. So therefore, the answer for tangent 200 degrees is equal to tangent 20 degrees. And since naman siya sa quadrant 3 and it was a tangent, so therefore it is positive. So how about second 190 degrees? Who wants to answer? Yes? Yes, that is right. Negative second 10 degrees. Why is it negative second man? It's because dili siya tangent, dili po siya cotangent, and second is positive only in quadrant 4. Okay, so how about quadrant 4? Let's have this example, cosine 300 degrees. Okay, so the answer is cosine 60 degrees, and it is positive because in quadrant 4 only the cosine and the secant are positive. So therefore 360 degrees minus 300 is equals to 660 degrees, and that is cosine 60 degrees. So who wants to solve for cotangent 350 degrees? Okay. Yes, that is right. That is negative cotangent 10 degrees. So it is negative because ang cotangent is positive lang siya only in quadrant 3. So it is negative cotangent 10 degrees. So I believe class na simple lang siya, simple to understand. So I believe that you already have an idea how to solve the reference angle and how to get the reference angle. So let's have a groupings activity. So let's group yourselves into 5 and go to your groups. Okay. So we have 5 groups, and I want you to express the following functions. So for group 1, you will answer the number 1, that is cotangent 70 degrees and cosecant 110 degrees. For group 2, you will answer number 2, that is sine 350 degrees and cosine 80 degrees. And for group number 3, you will answer number 3, secant 10 degrees and tangent 150 degrees. For group number 4, you will answer number 4, that is sine 300 degrees and cosecant 10 degrees. For group number 5, you will answer number 5, that is tangent 80 degrees and cotangent 250 degrees. And once you're done, please show the reporter so that your output will be reported. It will be reported. Okay, so very good, guys. Well done for your group. You make a homework. So clap yourselves for that. And now it is the individual's chance to answer this following. Write it in one half sheet of paper. Answer this following: cosine 70 degrees, tangent 200 degrees, cosecant 110 degrees, cotangent 250 degrees, and sine 80 degrees. So find the reference angles for those functions. And after you're done, please pass your papers. Okay, so that's all for today, class. Goodbye and thank you for your cooperation. And see you again.